What is going on, guys? We are looking at Song of Strife today, just as a whole. It's a brand new season that exists in the game. You just started AFK Journey, you're probably seeing all this stuff about the first season and all this. We had a few weeks when the game started without seasonal content, and now the season that is in the game, it changed a lot of just how the game functions in terms of rewards, game modes, just unit skills, armor equipment, whole bunch of stuff. There's been some major backlash as to just the reward structure, the way that people's units are functioning after they've invested into them. There's been kind of this big shift in like, hey, this is pretty cool, to when the season dropped to going, what the heck is going on? I can't use my team I was using before. I can't progress as fast anymore. Where are my rewards? All this it's just different alleys, different avenues that I've been seeing on Reddit, on Discord. It's just all over the place. There was backlash to the season. The devs, however, are listening. They did an article here. They're talking about their thoughts behind the changes. They went over the stuff and how they're changing it. So that's what we're going to look at today. If you want to read the patch notes, I'll have a link down in the description. There is a 10 summon that they gave us as an apology, so I'll have the code for that down as a pinned comment as well. So thanks for being here. Drop a like and a sub, and we're going to get into this article here. The main part of this that I took notice to is, however, we acknowledge that there may have been oversights in reward distribution during the recent season launch. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. To rectify this, we've decided to adjust the rewards for season AFK stage, season legend trial, season corrupt creature, battles drills to match those that you received during the starter story. So those people that did all these game modes in the beginning like I did, and now they're going through and doing them now, and they're like, what in the world, where are all the rewards? That's going to be adjusted to kind of match what you're used to seeing. So that's the first thing that they looked at. They are listing out the rewards here so you can see exactly what's coming to each game mode. The second piece here, this is a big one. This is something that even shocked me, as I had invested in units and I was sitting there kind of looking at my team performing very lackluster compared to pre-season, where I had expected units to function differently. I had expected maybe the new seasonal skills to change how the team worked, but dumping a huge portion of my resources into these units and then having them just like not do anything, that felt really bad. Like, I was going through the game great. I was kind of competing in the top of the leaderboards. This update came out, I went in, the teams did nothing. And I thought, okay, maybe I have to adjust the units I'm using. Maybe I have to look at different artifacts. And I think that was their goal. That was their intention. I don't think they went into this and changed the damage reduction and just said, you know what, it's not going to work that way anymore, sorry. I think they wanted to encourage people to find out different team comps using all of the artifacts. Right now, we don't have access to all the artifacts. We have access to, I think personally, I have access to 4 of the new ones. And it's just like, if you go down, you can actually see in this picture, they're being like, hey, preview what's coming, it will help you and stuff. But people were very upset about that right now, and it's just, that's kind of what led to this mess. People had these units, they invested all of their materials into these units. These units did not perform anywhere near before. They were doing 50% less damage than they were prior to the season, and people were like, what the heck? So they did address why. It does seem to be with the way that the damage reduction that they applied to these bosses. These characters are doing true damage, and true damage ignores defenses, but the natural damage reduction is now stacking in the background. It applies differently than the Endless mode. Endless is the mode that you get to on these Dream Realm bosses that's at the very end. You have Common, Common 2, I think it's Difficult, and then Hell, or Difficult 2, then Hell, I'm not sure the exact kind of stack there, and then you hit Endless mode. The defense structure of how the reduction works in the prior modes is something that they said that they overlooked here. They didn't expect it to work that way, and they've stated that they've overlooked the early season experience before you could unlock the Dream Realm bosses on Endless mode difficulty, causing some challenges in transitioning to new formations and raising concerns within the community. For the time being, we encourage you to experiment with different formations. By the way, artifacts suitable for formations will be unlocked soon, and you can preview them in the interface. So that's kind of what happened. I think they had a plan. Everybody will hit Endless and experiment with the artifacts and just kind of use what they've invested in, because the damage will be scaling apparently like it was in the preseason. However, with those rewards time gated like we talked about earlier, you can't progress your units that far. It it's now leading to this weird kind of messed up situation of I can't progress that far, you're not giving me enough rewards, I can't level my units up that far, I can't get to endless mode. All the units I had investment in to clear these early bosses, it's now worthless. Well, I wouldn't say worthless, but it's just doing a lot less. So they've acknowledged it. They've kind of said exactly what happened here. I'm not sure at this moment. I just actually got to read this for the first time. They did do a hot patch. We'll take a look at the hot patch notes as well. I don't know if they actually changed the damage functionality. I don't think they did, but they just wanted to point out why it was happening the way it is. And then they want you to experiment with the upcoming stuff, which we still don't have full access to yet. So the community got a hold of it and really pointed it out, saying, hey, this is just, it's not right. I put in a lot of stuff into these units. They should still be performing in the same vein as how they were prior. And I totally get that. I think that is 100% fair. And I was scared because I put a lot into Marley and it just, it was just gone. Like, I was like, what the heck? So I was kind of grabbing every team comp and using Odie, because I have a lot of investment in Odie. So if that had happened to both Odie and Marley in terms of how the damage worked, I would have just been, you know, a fish out of water. I just would have been like, well, I guess I'll just wait till I max out resonance and hope that I can catch up to people at that point. So they've acknowledged it. They are giving information about it. It is here. And then they've got this next part here. What's the plan for the season? I'm confused about what's going on. I also have a very interesting point here in this third paragraph. It says, we also want to talk more about the recent changes regarding requirements for unlocking new areas. We made these adjustments after noticing a widening power gap caused by players progressing too quickly through new areas, and future updates will introduce new mechanics to address these imbalances, allowing players to enjoy the game at their own pace while maintaining a healthy gaming life balance. So I don't know if that's currently in reference of what's happening with Song of Strife. I'm assuming it is, that at the beginning, people have just bolted through and just left everybody else in the dust. So the people that have just been like hardcore, just grind, those guys are way ahead right now. I'm pretty sure that's what's happened, and they're going to be addressing that in the future season. So for this season, I think that ship has sailed. Everybody that kind of started ahead has just already kind of rocketed and lightning bolted past everyone. And that's just kind of the way it is until everybody, I'm assuming, until everybody else kind of catches up in resonance and it just gets to that kind of everybody fighting for that spot like it was at the end of the preseason. I could be completely wrong, and it could just be a disastrous mess, or it could be fixed and really good how it works. So it could go either way. I'm just very curious to see how the devs handle that moving forward. And they thank us for our patience, and they give a 10 summon code. Once again, that code is down in the pinned comment. So that is the little dev notes. They are listening to us. That is a valuable thing. I have played a lot of these games where you just have devs that they make a change, it goes through, the community reacts very harshly to a change, similar to like what happened with the true damage. People just started popping off, letting people know like, hey, this sucks, I can't use my units, what's happening, I'm confused. I know that there was a thread of like refunds for this game going on. People were trying to get their money back. It was a pretty big thing. So at least they acknowledged it. They are working to fix it. A lot of the games I've played in the past, they make a change, people get upset, they don't fix it, the game dies, and you're stuck without maybe a game that you loved. It just gets ruined because the devs don't listen. They're listening. They made a post, they talked about what's going on, and they did a hot patch. So we're going to take a look at that. We do have the Hotfix Notes here. They are letting us know that those increased rewards have been added into the game. And then once the update arrives, all the season players will be able to claim the compensation rewards. So that has just been done like overnight. They saw the feedback. They saw what was going on. They've kind of increased the rewards. They've pushed the patch, and now we've got the compensation rewards for that. And there was an issue with the battle pass, the season noble path, that the description wasn't matching what you were actually getting. So if you had purchased the battle pass and you notice that the rewards are off, they are going to be fixing that as well. And then they have a list of bug fixes with the new season. So that's everything. We had some kind of just quick community backlash to the new season. The devs have sent out rewards to help us kind of catch up just how it was in the preseason. So let me know what you think. This is pretty big. I've played a lot of mobile games. I'm an avid Honkai Star Rail player. I played Genshin before. I played, Dokkan, Puzzles and Dragons. I played World Flipper till that game died. It's just there's a lot of mobile games I've played that I've never really seen this level of seasonal content to the point where like the whole game restarts with like a whole layer on top of it. It's just something I've never experienced. Are you guys kind of like happy with how they adjusted the rewards? Did you expect less? Did you expect more? Let me know. Drop a comment. Thank you for stopping by. I'm curious what you think about this whole reception to the Song of Strife season. Once again, thank you for being here. I will see you guys in the next AFK Journey video. Peace.